Alexander Thorne adjusted his seat in first class, the hum of the engines vibrating through the luxurious cabin as the plane taxied down the runway. He was the epitome of success, a self-made billionaire at 35, with a tech empire that spanned continents. But today, something felt off. As passengers settled in, his eyes scanned the cabin idly, and then, he froze. There she was, his ex-wife, Elena, boarding late with a baby carrier in her arms. The infant's tiny face peeked out, and Alexander's heart stopped. Those piercing blue eyes, that shock of dark hair, it was like staring into a mirror from his own childhood photos. How could this be? Elena hadn't told him. The world tilted as memories flooded back, and he knew this flight was about to change everything. Hey everyone, if you're hooked already, and I know you are, smash that like button if you've ever wondered about second chances in love. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more heart-pounding stories that blend romance, drama, and a touch of steam. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an upload. Now, let's dive into this tale of rediscovered passion and family secrets. Alexander Thorne had always been a man driven by ambition. Born into modest means in a small town, he clawed his way to the top through sheer intellect and relentless work. His company, Thorne Innovations, revolutionized AI software, making him one of the youngest billionaires in Silicon Valley. But success came at a price. 5 years ago, he met Elena Vasquez at a charity gala. She was a stunning vision, long, raven hair cascading down her back, emerald eyes that sparkled with intelligence, and curves that could make any man weak. Elena was an artist, a painter whose works captured the raw emotion of human connection. Their chemistry was instant, electric. On their first date, under the stars in a private vineyard, Alexander pulled her close, his hands tracing the soft silk of her dress. "You're intoxicating," he whispered, his lips brushing hers in a kiss that ignited a fire neither could extinguish. Their whirlwind romance led to marriage within a year. Life was a blur of passion-filled nights and jet-setting adventures. Elena's body was a canvas he worshipped, her full breasts heaving under his touch, her moans echoing in their penthouse as they made love until dawn. But as Alexander's empire grew, so did the distance between them. Late nights at the office turned into weeks abroad. Elena begged for more time, for a family, but he dismissed it as, not now. One fateful argument exploded when she found emails from a female colleague, innocent, but misinterpreted. "You're never here," she cried, tears streaming down her face. "This isn't a marriage, it's a business deal." In a fit of pride, Alexander let her go, signing divorce papers without a fight. He regretted it instantly, but his ego wouldn't let him chase her. Now, on this transatlantic flight from New York to London, fate had thrown them together. Elena settled into a seat a few rows ahead, unaware of his presence yet. The baby fussed, and she cooed softly, rocking him gently. Alexander's mind raced. The child looked about a year old, timing that matched their last intimate night before the split. Had she hidden a pregnancy? His heart pounded with a mix of anger, confusion, and an undeniable pull of longing. As the plane leveled off, he unbuckled and approached, his designer suit hugging his athletic frame. "Elena," he said, his voice low and husky. She looked up, her eyes widening in shock. "Alexander? What are you?" Her gaze darted to the baby, and color drained from her face. The infant, Liam, as she later revealed, stirred, his tiny hand reaching out. Up close, the resemblance was uncanny, the same strong jawline, the dimple in his chin. Elena's lips parted, full and inviting as ever, but now lined with worry. "This isn't the place," she whispered, glancing around at curious passengers. "We need to talk," he insisted, sliding into the empty seat beside her. The flight attendant offered champagne, but neither touched it. Tension crackled between them like static electricity. Alexander's eyes traced her figure. Motherhood had only enhanced her beauty, her hips fuller, her skin glowing. He fought the urge to pull her into his arms, to taste her again after all this time. As the hours ticked by, Elena opened up. She had discovered the pregnancy a month after the divorce. Terrified and heartbroken, she chose to raise Liam alone, moving to Europe to escape the media frenzy surrounding Alexander's life. I didn't want him growing up in your shadow, she admitted, her voice trembling. Or worse, as a pawn in some custody battle. Tears welled in her eyes, and Alexander's chest tightened. He reached out, his fingers brushing hers, sending a jolt through both. He's mine, isn't it? He asked softly. She nodded, a single tear escaping. Yes. I named him Liam Alexander Vasquez Thorne. I couldn't erase you completely. The confession hung heavy. Alexander felt a surge of emotions, regret for his past neglect, joy at fatherhood, and a rekindled desire for the woman who had once been his everything. As Liam slept peacefully, they talked in hushed tones, reliving memories. Remember our honeymoon in Bali? Elena murmured, a faint smile playing on her lips. The way you carried me to that private villa, your hands everywhere. Alexander's pulse quickened. How could I forget? Your body against mine, the ocean waves crashing as we... He trailed off, heat rising. The cabin lights dimmed for the overnight flight, creating an intimate bubble. Elena shifted, her thigh brushing his, igniting sparks. I've missed you, she confessed, her hand resting on his knee. Boldly, he covered it with his own, pulling her closer. Their lips met in a tentative kiss that quickly deepened, years of pent-up passion exploding. His tongue danced with hers, tasting the sweetness he craved. Elena's fingers tangled in his hair, her breath hitching as his hand slid up her side, cupping her breast through her blouse. Alex, she gasped, pulling back slightly. Not here. Liam. The interruption grounded them, but the fire was lit. They spent the rest of the flight in whispered conversations, sharing dreams and fears. Alexander opened up about his loneliness, how building his empire left him empty. I was a fool to let you go, he said, his voice raw. Elena shared her struggles as a single mother, the sleepless nights, the financial worries despite her successful art career. But Liam, he's my light, she said, gazing at their son. Turbulence hit midway, shaking the plane and mirroring the storm in their hearts. Alexander held Elena's hand tightly, vowing silently to protect them. As the flight progressed, challenges emerged. Elena revealed she was en route to London for an art exhibition, but her ex-manager, a sleazy opportunist named Victor, was harassing her, claiming rights to her work from their marriage days. He's threatening to sue, she said, worry etching her features. Alexander's protective instincts flared. Let me handle it, he offered. But Elena hesitated, fearing dependence. I need to stand on my own, she insisted. Their reunion wasn't seamless. Flashbacks haunted Alexander, the night she left, packing her bags in tears, his cold silence. He confessed his affair rumor was baseless, a misunderstanding fueled by jealousy. Elena admitted her own flaws, pushing him away instead of fighting. As dawn broke over the Atlantic, Liam woke, his cries drawing them together. Alexander held his son for the first time, tears streaming down his face. The baby's grip on his finger melted his heart. He's perfect, he whispered. Landing in London brought reality crashing in. Paparazzi swarmed the airport, tipped off somehow about Alexander's flight. Flashes blinded them as they exited. Is that your love child? Shouted a reporter. Elena shielded Liam, panic rising. Alexander stepped forward, his arm around her. Back off, he growled, ushering them to his waiting limo. In the privacy of the car, tension peaked. This is what I feared, Elena said, voice breaking. The spotlight ruining us. But Alexander wouldn't back down. He took them to his London penthouse, a sprawling oasis overlooking the Thames. There, in the opulent bedroom, emotions overflowed. I want you back, he declared, pulling her into a fierce embrace. Elena resisted at first, but desire won. Their clothes fell away in a frenzy, his shirt ripped open, her dress pooling at her feet. Alexander's mouth trailed down her neck, nipping at her collarbone, eliciting moans. God, I've dreamed of this, he groaned, lifting her onto the bed. Elena's legs wrapped around him, her nails digging into his back as they reunited in a passionate rhythm. Her body arched, full and responsive, every curve a reminder of their shared history. He thrust deeply, their bodies slick with sweat, whispers of, "I love you," mingling with gasps of pleasure. Climax shattered them both, leaving them entangled, breathless. Yet, challenges persisted. Victor confronted them at Elena's exhibition, demanding a cut. Alexander's lawyers dismantled his claims, but the stress tested their bond. Elena faced her own demons, trust issues from the past. One night, after a heated argument, she stormed out, Liam in tow. Alexander chased her through rainy London streets, pleading. "Don't leave me again," he shouted. Soaked and vulnerable, they reconciled in a passionate kiss under a street lamp, rain mingling with tears. Over weeks, they rebuilt. Alexander scaled back work, prioritizing family. He proposed again on a private yacht, diamond ring sparkling. "Marry me, Elena. Let's do it right this time." She said yes, sealing it with a night of tender lovemaking, slow caresses, exploring each other's bodies anew. Elena's hands roamed his chiseled abs, her lips teasing his skin until he begged for release. Their union was deeper, infused with maturity. Liam's first steps came amid laughter, symbolizing new beginnings. Alexander funded Elena's art foundation, empowering her independence. They faced media scrutiny head-on, turning it into advocacy for work-life balance. In the end, their story inspired millions. Love isn't perfect, it's about forgiveness, growth, and passion that endures. Remember, second chances can lead to forever. If this tale touched you, like, subscribe, and share your own stories in the comments. Until next time, chase your happy endings.